Howdy folks, welcome back to the shed. I've had some requests on how do you connect your plasma cutter to the ArcDroid? How do you make this work with that? The answer is it depends. Depends on the machine. So I've got three here that all connect a little bit differently, and we're going to go over them real quick. This is about a $1,000 unit. This has been our workhorse. This is the thing that we use for most of our testing and things like that. Good machine, not affiliated with them in any way, but I like it. This is a online purchase. This is about a $500 machine. This is consumer grade, kind of the sort of thing you might have in your garage, pick up at Harbor Freight or whatever. This one is the cheapest plasma cutter on Amazon, $249. We did a quick video on that one. Check it out on our YouTube channel. These two have external connections. This one does not. So we're going to go over all three of them, and hopefully that helps when you get your machine. So let's get at it. Okay, let's start with the low-hanging fruit. So in all cases, we're trying to emulate this trigger switch. We're trying to tie into the two wires that go to that switch. Now, rather conveniently, the cheapest one on Amazon actually has one labeled switch. And it has just a separate connection at the end of the torch that plugs into that. So find yourself one of these on Amazon or otherwise. It's a pretty simple connector. Wire two wires to it and plug it into the front, and that will go to the back of the ArcDroid. So the higher end machine, it actually has a full CNC port. Now this is labeled CNC because it has torch enable, arc good, arc bad kind of signals, as well as torch voltage for torch height control and torch voltage divided by 16. It even comes with a convenient connector in the box that you can wire up. Again, you need to find the two pins on here that connect to the torch enable, wire those up, and those go to the back of the ArcDroid. I should note that if you want to use our upcoming torch height control feature, you will need one of these type of machines with this port, and you need to use the divide by 16 output for torch height control. We won't be compatible with anything else. So now I'm going to show you how to find wiring for a machine that doesn't have an external output. As you can see, we have the torch filleted here on the bench. This is an IPT60, a pretty common torch for a lot of commercial units, but it'll work. This same scenario will work with just about anything, whether it's a Miller or a Hypertherm or something like that. Basically, you need to take the torch off the machine, crack it open, and find the two wires that go to the trigger switch. In this case, it happens to be a red and a green wire. Follow it down to the end here and do a little probing with your multimeter and make sure you've got continuity, and then you need to wire two wires in parallel with these two. So those are the wires that you're going to connect to the back of the ArcDroid. So there you have it. If you don't have an external switch connection, make one. I even add a little plug on there so that I can plug it and unplug it. These are basically the same two wires that go to this trigger switch, and now they go to the back of the ArcDroid. Now that you have your two wires from your plasma cutter, you can simply slide that in underneath there and tighten her down, close the lid, and you're ready to go. Last couple of things, you need to attach the torch to the snap plate. This is what mounts to the front of the machine. Simply snug down a couple of 10mm bolts. Try and clamp on the plastic part of the machine, not on the ceramic. You don't want to damage that. And then the last thing is this torch enable disable button. So if we push that, we get a disabled torch. You can do a dry run, not cut your steel. Touch it again, you get an enabled torch, and the ArcDroid is ready to cut. So that's it. You're connected. You're ready to go.